Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you my design team package from Country Craft Creations. Apologize about my voice, still getting over this cold, which has decided to linger forever. But Tamara sent me the Graphics 45 Dreamland collection. Along got this beautiful matching seam binding. I love it when she sends me this. Here we've got the sticker sheets that match the collection. I'm just going to kind of quickly run through the pages here. And while I'm running through the pages, I will tell you that there's going to be a coordinating blog post that goes with this, because once we are done running through and looking at these gorgeous papers, I'm going to go and do a walkthrough of the album that I've already made and completed. And instead of doing a total like hours long video of how I did this album, it's actually really simple. And so I'm going to do a coordinating blog post, and there you will find links to videos to show you how to make each one of the pages, and also links to any of the products. So that way, if there's something in here that you're really wanting but isn't readily available, I will try to link it in the blog post that's going to go with this. But anyway, let's finish looking at all of these beautiful pages. I love this collection. It's got it's got some fall colors to it, but it's very magical, dreamy, childlike, absolutely beautiful. So also Tamara's got some coordinating cardstock in the shop. So if you're looking for that, we've got that. I've got some flowers here, which I didn't use for this first project, but I'm going to jump right into the project now and show you this absolutely adorable 8x8 album. So for the cover here, I used that first page that I showed you in the collection. And what I did was I left, this is how I dictated the size. Sorry about my throat here. This is how I dictated the size of my album, was by this center picture right here. So I knew I was going to need 8x8, and these little corners here, you'll notice, will be cut out. So what I did was I went to the sticker sheet, and I got 4 squares from the sticker sheet, backed them on some coordinating cardstock, and popped them up. My signatures on the inside of my album are held in with some natural twine, which I just kind of wrapped around and in between each one of the signatures, and then tied them together and added a little bow with the seam binding and a cute little charm that I have dangling off. And then there's the back page. And then when you open it up, I decided to do simple in between each one of the signatures, because the signatures are a little busy. So I wanted there to be plenty of places for you to put photos in this album without it getting too crowded. Because you know me, and my albums are always really crowded and kind of stuffed. And so this one's a little more simple and much easier for you to navigate and add your photos. So because the pages on the inside are 7.5 by 7.5, you've got plenty of room to put big pictures. So if you want to do a 5x7 in there, you totally could do that. Or you could do smaller pictures, which you'll see I have different layouts here all the way through. On this cover, I decided to do something fun, and I just added a little pop-up element using one of the stickers, and I backed it on some cardstock, and then just have a little pull tab at the bottom so you can pop that up. This album's pretty skinny for me. This is only a 1 3/4 inch spine. And I only did 3 signatures because a couple of reasons why. Because the inside of each one of these signatures is very, very, very detailed. So you could totally make this as many pages as you wanted, but I decided to keep it a little bit smaller because of how detailed each one of these inner pages is. It would have taken me way longer than a month to complete this. Well, actually, I did this actually pretty fast for me, but it would have taken me a long time. So when you open up inside of each one of the signatures, you're going to have some very interactive elements. So this first one I'm going to kind of walk you through. And like I said, don't worry if I miss something, it'll be in the blog post. And the blog post is not going to go live at the same time as this video, only because I need time to write everything and make sure that I have all the information in. But on this first page here, when you pull the little lever here, you've got 2 things that are happening at the same time. You've got the moon, which is flying across the top through the clouds, which I think is absolutely adorable. And then you've got your ship moving through the clouds at the bottom. So if you were to put a photo in there, say of like a baby sleeping, that would be so cute, little kid sleeping right there, and you've got your moon flying through the sky, and then you've got your ship kind of floating nicely through the clouds. And I'm going to show you real quick how to do this. And like I said, I'll explain better in the blog post, but this is all it is. Just simple little mechanism here where I'm using brads and paper, and that's pretty much it. You will put a little brad right where my fingers are into the page, create your tracks on either side so that you can pull it back and forth, and that is it. Super, super simple. You just need to pop things up. Now for the ship, I did something a little fun here, and I decided to put magnets. So this is magnetized, so you can take the ship right off and see there's two little magnets right there. And I say use two if you're using these tiny little magnets, or else your ship is going to sink when you pull it across. You'll capsize your ship. So two keeps it straight, and then when you pull the tab, the other two magnets are on right behind that cloud. They're on that pull tab right there. So when you pull it, just like this, boop, your ship goes across along with your moon. And that's it. Very simple idea here, just to make a fun little interactive piece. Now for the second page, again, I will link the tutorial for this, but this is a card design of my own design, something that I made a while back for a card hop that I was a part of, and so I designed this card, and there is a tutorial on how to make it, but for this one I decided I wanted the mermaids, and I made a little tab here at the top with some more of those little mini magnets, because in case you wanted to leave this open, the book open, you can pop this up and attach it to the little magnet at the top, and then that will keep it up. So that way, and then when you want to close the book, you just close it and it'll go down. Super simple, but it keeps it popped up. So if you wanted to say prop this up on a shelf somewhere and you've got your pictures in there, you could totally do that and it will stay open. I also fussy cut out all the little mermaids from that same mermaid sheet, and the two little fairies are also from that same sheet. Added some clouds to the top. There's 3 layers inside with the waves. I did some inking on the background for the clouds, and then I just decorated it with all of the little elements from that page, and then it folds back down. Super simple. And underneath that I put a little sentiment underneath it from the sticker sheet, just so that there would be something that you could see. When you lifted it, it wasn't empty underneath. So there's that little sentiment down there. And again, these are some more elements from my stash with the magic, and it's just foam word. There was like magic, dream, smile, friends, all that came in that puffy sheet. And if I can find it, I will link it on my blog so that you can get it. In between the signatures, like I said, I wanted to keep it simple. So I just did some real simple little layouts using some of the cut aparts, matted some places for some pictures, because I want to make sure that obviously it's a photo album and you want to have a place for some photos, and it's not just all about the pop-up and the fun. So I do have plenty of places for photos, and on this one you got 4 more sheets, or 4 more spots. And then when you open up this next one, now this is I will link the tutorial for this one, which is actually on the Graphics 45 website, to do this. This is another card element. It's super simple to do. The cards have been out there forever, and so I just supersized it to a 5x7 card. And I will link below how to make this card, but just know that this is a much larger than what you see in the video, because like I said, I did a 5x7. So here I did some more fussy cutting of the little girl and all the little elements, added some strips in between, and then popped everything into the different layers of the strips on the inside. So when you pull them, you have a little scene inside, and behind it is where you can put your photo. Again, on the middle pages, not a whole lot going on here, just a place for 8 more pictures. And I just took foam adhesive and put that right in the middle of each one of the cut aparts, just to give the page a little bit of interest and to make sure that there was room for you to put the pictures in behind it. So there's 8 more photos there. And then here is the last page. So this is one of those like center cards, and it's a 5x7 size, so I had to resize everything. But I want to say Lawn Fawn has a die that does this, but it's much smaller scale. So this is I will link below a plate, not below, but on the blog, a place where you can go and find a video tutorial on how to create this card. You'll have to resize it to make it 5x7 if you're going to do a card this big, though. But isn't that so cute with all the little layers? And then on my last page here, again, another place for photos, another place for some cut aparts. My little charms are making my book wobble. And I made a pocket on the last page just so I had a place to stuff it. You could stuff some extra photos, you could put some photo mats back there, you could do all kinds of stuff. I just using it to put my extra cut aparts for the rest of my projects for now. So that is it. This is my album. like I said, keep an eye out for that blog post. I will link it below once it's available, so I will come back and add the blog post. I'll leave my blog linked below anyway, so you can find it, but I will leave the blog post um, once it's actually uploaded. So anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys like this album. I'm actually planning on giving this album away when I hit 10,000 subscribers. So it will be one of the one of the many things that are going to happen once I hit 10,000. So if you know anybody that needs to subscribe to somebody and would like this kind of stuff, I would really appreciate it if you would send them along. And I will see you again real soon with another project from Country Craft Creations. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye bye.